They ruined Astro Fest or Astroworld Fest. The first time it was something like, I mean, you go and you just have nothing but fun time, like fun stories to tell. And I mean, this time you like barely make it out alive.
In the photo, 19-year-old Kaia Redus and 20-year-old Zachary Scott took prior to Astroworld yesterday. They're smiling. Today, the friends were very subdued, traumatized, as they said.
This time at Astroworld, it was totally different. It was just like a concert from hell.
The way they described the scene at NRG Park Friday night is enough to rattle someone who wasn't even there. Unable to breathe, piles of people on the ground, some clawing on their clothes as a lifeline, trying to get up so they weren't trampled, pressed so close to strangers that you couldn't lift your arms or turn your head. They were trapped and helpless.
Who else could this go?
I was literally praying and I was like, please get me out of here. Like, this is not how I want to go, please.
The friends say things escalated when Travis Scott took the stage and people pushed their way to the front. Both Redus and Scott were rescued by strangers. They tried to get help for other people who were passed out, being stepped on, but the show continued. Scott lost a lot of respect for the musician who he was a big fan of prior to last night.
And you know, people are blaming it on, like, they're saying, oh, well, like, these people are all on drugs. Like, I was stone cold sober the whole time and I could not get out of there.
Even after seeing the images of the concert, if you weren't there, Scott and Rita say it's tough to fully comprehend the vulnerable situation that thousands of people found themselves in.
That's not how a concert should be. Like, you shouldn't have to be like, oh, okay, I have to fight like either life or death to get out of this. And you might see a few dead bodies, but that's just a part of the experience.
Recognized jockey from San Antonio. He and his family made many memories at racetracks across the state. And images like these are all this woman has now left of her father.
It brings me a lot of pride seeing the pictures of my dad. There's hundreds and hundreds of pictures.
Back in 1997, 34-year-old Joseph Quintanilla had 3 daughters and a son on the way. A son he would never get to meet.
Like always, when this story comes up, it's a wave of emotions that opens up that night that changed our life forever.
After we ran Quintanilla's story last week here on News 4, his children, who do not want to share their identity, reached out to us. They, like many others, are still trying to figure out what led to their father's murder more than 24 years ago.
On February 23rd, 1997, at around 10:15 p.m., a passerby was traveling southbound on the access road of Interstate 35 South and Lucky Road.
The jockey was dead. He had been shot and stabbed. Quintanilla was killed just 2 miles away from where he was last seen and raced his last race, Mendiola Downs Racing Track near Shepherd Road. Eyewitnesses say he left the track with a group of men shortly before his body was found.
It's been really hard. It's been a really hard life growing up without my dad. The difficulty in that is knowing that there's people out there with information that could bring our family closure, and they're holding on to it.
This is all the family has left. Hundreds of pictures of a man who earned national recognition as a jockey. And there is enough evidence for the case to be filed, but they know there is one person out there who was present who can put a bow on this case and give the family some peace.
We just keep his memory alive by telling as many stories as I can and reminding them how proud he would be every time they accomplish something. Reminding them just how outgoing and fun and loving my dad was. He was the type of dad that you can pick up a greeting card and read and say, that's my dad.
Crime Stoppers is offering a reward. You can call 210-224-STOP.
When it comes to getting her 7-year-old granddaughter Casey vaccinated, Teresa Mines has her doubts.
I was concerned because, they're smaller.
She wasn't skeptical when she got her own vaccine, though, adding she was one of the first in line.
When it came out, I got it right away.
About 3 in 10 parents of 5 to 11-year-olds are eager to get a vaccine for their younger child, while a third say they'll wait to see how the vaccine is working. That's according to a new Kaiser Family Foundation survey.
I think the biggest thing is to, understand and to sit with the pediatrician and to further discuss if they have questions.
Among the questions local pediatricians are hearing, why vaccinate children if they rarely get sick?
Among kids in this age group, there's almost 2 million cases, over 8,000 kids in this age group hospitalized.
Parents are also asking about the dosage given to the young children now eligible.
So vaccines are different from administering drugs. Those are dose-based because you don't want to overdose on any antibiotic or any medication that you give your child.
These pediatricians admit it can be confusing. They're asking parents who have questions to do their own research and pose the same questions to their own kids' doctors.
And when they have those questions, talking to their child's healthcare provider, talking to their child's pediatrician,